me, what do you mean by glands? What are the glands? Tell me first. What should be the definition of glands? Tell me. So Naresh is saying it is ductless. Yes. Anybody? So glands are the basically organs, like different organs found in our body: stomach, heart, liver, kidney, etc. These are the organs of our body. Glands are also organs, but the special thing is that glands are those organs which secrete specific chemicals. Specific chemicals. Chemicals may be hormone, it may be enzymes, it may be tear, sweat, etc. So the simple definition of gland is those organs which secrete specific chemicals are known as glands. Okay? Okay, Ramesh. So not only hormone. We will say those organs which secrete specific chemicals are known as glands. And chemicals may be hormone, maybe enzymes, maybe tear, maybe sweat, maybe milk. Okay? So this is the very simple and important definition of glands. That is, those organs which secrete specific chemicals are known as glands. And you all know that glands are of three types. Glands are of three types. Okay? Number one, endocrine glands. Number two, exocrine glands. And number three, mixed gland, which is also known as heterocrine glands. Heterocrine glands. Okay, so glands are basically three types: exocrine, endocrine, and mixed gland. Now we will discuss the differences between endocrine, exocrine, and mixed gland. So first of all, we will discuss about exocrine gland. So if you talk about the exocrine glands, then exocrine glands are ducted glands. Ducted glands, that is those glands which have duct or tube, okay, are called exocrine glands. So they are ducted, means with duct, with tube. And since these glands have duct, so they secrete their secretion directly into the target organs, okay, such as lacrimal gland, which is known as tear gland, sweat gland, salivary glands. So as you know that there are three pairs of salivary glands in our body. One pair is present below the tongue, one pair is present below this bone, which is known as mandible, and one pair of salivary glands are present below the ears, called parotid glands. Okay, so one pair, and one pair. There are three pairs of salivary glands are found in human body. Clear? From all these places, saliva is secreted in our buccal cavity through a duct or tube. So you can say ducted glands are called exocrine glands. Okay, such as lacrimal gland, that is tear gland. Lacrimal gland, which is also known as tear gland, which secrete tear. Okay, tear gland. Now we will discuss the endocrine glands, that is those glands which do not have duct. That is, ductless glands are called endocrine glands. So there is no duct in case of endocrine glands. So these glands secrete their product directly into the blood, and you all know that blood circulates in all parts of our body. Okay, and we have mixed gland, that is heterocrine gland. Okay, those glands which have endocrine as well as exocrine parts are known as mixed gland, or you can say heterocrine gland. Clear? Clear or not? So it is a mixed gland. Now second different important thing is they secrete hormones, that is endocrine glands secrete hormones, exocrine glands secretes enzymes. So what about mixed gland? They secrete enzymes as well as hormones. Okay, exocrine parts secrete enzymes and endocrine parts secrete hormones. Clear or not? Clear? Now we are going to discuss the different examples of endocrine glands. Please remember, examples are very important. So if you talk about the endocrine glands, then we have hypothalamus, second gland is pituitary, pineal, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, and adrenal gland. So these are the examples of endocrine glands. And if you talk about the exocrine glands, then we have lacrimal, sweat gland, salivary glands. But if you talk about the mixed gland, then there are three types of mixed gland found in our body. Number one, pancreas, number two, testis, and number three, ovary. So suppose if the question is which of the following gland secretes enzymes as well as hormone, your options are hypothalamus, pituitary, salivary gland, pancreas. What should be your answer? It is pancreas. Okay, which of the following gland is a mixed gland? Your answer should be either pancreas, testis, or ovary. Clear or not? Yes, Naresh, you are absolutely right. Is it clear or not? Clear? Yes, clear. Very good. Now if you talk about the ovary, then we have already discussed that. What is the main function of ovary? The main function of ovary is production of ovum. We have already discussed in the chapter of human reproductive system. But ovary also acts as a gland, and it secretes two types of hormones, female hormones actually, estrogen, progesterone, and relaxin. Clear or not? And if you talk about the testis, then testis, what is the function of testis? Production of sperm. This is the main function, production of sperms. But testis also acts like a gland, and it secretes a male hormone which is known as testosterone. Clear? We will discuss pancreas in detail, don't worry. Salivary gland secretes saliva, and saliva contains one enzyme, amylase, and amylase converts starch into maltose. We have already discussed in the chapter of animal nutrition. Yes. Okay. Sweat glands secrete sweat, which lowers the body temperature or which maintains the body temperature. What is the function of sweat? It maintains our body temperature. And lacrimal gland secretes tear. Tear contains an enzyme called lysozyme, which is antibacterial in nature. It can kill bacteria. Antibacterial. Okay. Now we will discuss the types of endocrine glands in detail. We will discuss one by one. Okay. So let us move to next slide. So first, endocrine gland is our hypothalamus. The question is where this gland is located. What is the location of hypothalamus? So hypothalamus is found in brain. So it is found in brain. Very super duper hit question. And if you talk about the functions of hypothalamus, then it controls the functions of pituitary gland. Okay. So below hypothalamus we have pituitary gland. So hypothalamus controls and coordinates the functions of pituitary gland. And also it controls hunger, thirst and body temperature. This question has been asked in various competitive examination. Our body temperature is regulated by which of the following part of the body, or which of the following gland? Your answer should be hypothalamus. And it is center of, hypothalamus is the center of love, hate, anger and emotional reactions. Emotional reactions. So suppose if the question is emotions are controlled by, emotions are controlled by, your answer should be cerebrum. What is cerebrum? It is a part of forebrain. So suppose if the question is emotions are controlled by, your answer should be cerebrum. But emotional reactions takes place in, suppose this is the question, emotional reactions takes place in, your answer should be hypothalamus. Okay, hypothalamus. And also if there is a love, there is a pain. Without pain, no love. So suppose if the question is sensation of pain is regulated by which part of our brain or which gland? It is hypothalamus. So love, pain, hate, anger, emotional reactions are controlled by our hypothalamus. Clear or not? Clear? Okay. Now let us move to next gland, that is pituitary gland. Pituitary gland. It is also found in brain. Very super duper hit question. This question has been asked in various competitive examination. Pituitary gland is found in which part of our body? So it is located in brain. It is found in brain, and it is the smallest endocrine gland of the body. It is the smallest endocrine gland of the body. Size of this gland is 1 gram, or you can say 0.5 gram. Okay. And it is also called master gland of the body. So suppose if the question is which gland is also known as master gland of the body, your answer should be pituitary gland. Why it is called master gland of the body? See, this is hypothalamus, this is pituitary. The functions of pituitary is regulated by which one? The function of pituitary is regulated by hypothalamus, but function of all these glands, pineal, thyroid, parathyroid, pancreas, testis, ovary, are controlled by pituitary gland. Okay, so that's why pituitary is also known as master gland, because it controls the functions of all the glands except hypothalamus. So pituitary controls the functions of these glands, but the functions of pituitary is controlled by hypothalamus. That's why hypothalamus is also known as masters of master gland. Okay, masters of master gland. Clear or not? If clear, please comment. Masters of master gland. Clear? Yes, control all gland. Yes, Naresh, very good. You are absolutely right. Very good. Yes, clear. Now let us move to next one. Now we are going to discuss the hormones secreted by pituitary gland. Hormones secreted by pituitary gland. So how many types of hormones are secreted? The first hormone is STH. The full name is somatotropic hormone. Somatotropic hormone. And this hormone is also known as somatotropin. Somatotropin. But STH is also known as GH. GH means growth hormone. Okay. So STH and GH is same thing. Okay. There is no difference. What is the function of this hormone? So as name indicates, guys, GH, that is growth hormone, so it takes part in growth of the body. So what is the function of STH or GH? It takes part in growth of the body. The second hormone secreted by pituitary gland is oxytocin, which is also known as birth hormone, which is also known as milk ejection hormone, or which is also known as love hormone. And this hormone is also called pitocin. Okay, pitocin. So suppose if the question is which of the following hormone is also known as birth hormone, milk ejection hormone, pitocin, your answer should be oxytocin. So we will discuss one by one. Why it is called birth hormone? Birth hormone. Why oxytocin is known as birth hormone, guys? Because during pregnancy or during child delivery, oxytocin level increases in female body, and this oxytocin causes huge contraction in uterus, due to which labor pain induces. So it induces labor pain and it promotes normal delivery. So during childbirth, it induces labor pain and promotes normal delivery. That's why it is also known as birth hormone. So what is the function? It induces labor pain and promotes normal delivery of the child. And one more important thing, after delivery it takes part in milk ejection from the body of female. That's why it is also known as milk ejection hormone. Why it is called love hormone? During these situations, during emotional attachment, okay, the level of oxytocin increases. During sexual intercourse or during orgasm, its level increases and it makes bonding between the individuals. So it is also known as a love hormone. In market, oxytocin is available in the name of pitocin. Okay. So there are two main functions of oxytocin. It induces labor pain, and after delivery it takes part in milk ejection from the body of female. That's why it is called milk ejection hormone. It makes bonding between two individuals. That's why it is also known as love hormone. The question is, when a female hug her child, the level of which of the following hormone increases in female body? Your answer should be oxytocin. This is very important. Pain produced during a child birth, this is called labor pain, prasav pida. Okay, yes, it regulates uterine contraction. Okay, so it causes huge contraction in uterus, which induces labor pain and promotes normal delivery. Now we have third type of hormone, that is LTH. Full form is lactotropic hormone or lactogenic hormone, or you can say lactotropin. Lactotropin. And what is the function? It takes part in milk production. So see the difference between oxytocin and LTH. Students always gets confused between oxytocin and LTH. It takes part in milk ejection. Okay. What is the function of oxytocin? It takes part in milk ejection, but it takes part in milk production. Okay. So lactogenic. Lacto means lactose sugar is present in milk. So lacto means here milk. Genic means to generate. So it generates milk. It takes part in milk production. Yes, Naresh, you are right. Now, ADH, ACTH, LH, TSH, FSH, MSH, these all hormones are secreted by pituitary gland. So you just remember ADH, ACTH, LH, TSH, FSH, MSH, all are secreted by pituitary gland. Suppose if the question is, which of the following hormone is secreted by pituitary gland? Number 1, melatonin. Number 2, thyroxine. Number 3, thymosin. Number 4, TSH. What should be your answer? TSH. So you just remember these all hormones are also secreted by pituitary gland. Clear or not? TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, which controls the functions of thyroid gland. So suppose if the question is, which of the following hormones secreted by pituitary gland controls the functions of thyroid gland? It is TSH. TSH, a hormone which is secreted by pituitary gland. Clear or not? Okay. So if you talk about the oxytocin, then it takes part in milk ejection. Okay. It releases milk from the body of female. Okay, that's why it is called milk ejection hormone. But if you talk about the LTH, then it takes part in production of milk. Okay, it generates milk in female's body. That is lactogenic. So it takes part in production of milk. It takes part in ejection of milk. Okay, MSH, melanocyte stimulating hormone. Okay. FSH, it controls the ovary follicle stimulating hormone. This is thyroid stimulating hormone. This is luteinizing hormone. This is adrenocorticotropic hormone. This is antidiuretic hormone. So name is not important. You just remember these hormones are secreted by pituitary gland. Okay, follicle. Yes. Now we have next endocrine gland, pineal gland. What is the location? It is also found in our brain, and it is also called third eye of the body. So suppose if the question is, which of the following gland is also known as third eye of the body? It is pineal gland, and hormone secreted by pineal gland is melatonin. Hormone secreted by pineal gland is melatonin. And if you talk about the function of pineal gland, then it controls the biological clock of the body. That is daily routine of our body, circadian rhythm. Okay, sleeping, etc. So it maintains the biological clock of the body. That's why it is also known as third eye. So you just remember pineal is also known as third eye. Hormone secreted by pineal gland is melatonin, and it controls our biological clock, daily routine, circadian rhythm of our body. So you just remember, guys. Explanation is not important. Now come to the next one, thyroid gland. Thyroid gland. So all three glands, that is first three glands, that is hypothalamus, pituitary and pineal. All three glands are located in brain. Okay. So hypothalamus, pineal and pituitary, they are located in our brain. Now we have a fourth gland. Sorry. Thyroid gland. It is found in neck or throat, and it is the largest endocrine gland of the body. So suppose if the question is, which one is the largest endocrine gland of the body? Your answer should be, it is thyroid gland. But if the question is largest gland of the body, tell me, which one is the largest gland of the body? What should be your answer? Tell me. Melanin is a pigment which is present in our skin. Due to melanin, dark color of skin takes place, but melatonin is a hormone. Melatonin is a hormone, okay, which controls the pigmentation. That is melanin pigment. It controls the cells which produce melanin. Yes, if you talk about the largest gland, it is liver. If you talk about largest gland, it is liver. But if the question is largest endocrine gland, if you talk about largest endocrine gland, then it is thyroid. Yes, you are absolutely right. So please differentiate. Now we will discuss about hormones secreted by thyroid gland. So if you talk about the hormone, then it is thyroxine, and it takes part in oxidation of or combustion of carbohydrate, fat and protein. Means it controls our metabolism. What is metabolism? The chemical reaction takes place in our body. All the chemical reaction takes place in our body is collectively known as metabolism. So it controls our metabolism. And one more important thing, it also take part in metamorphosis of tadpole larva. So tell me, what is metamorphosis and what is tadpole larva? So first function is it takes part in oxidation of or combustion of carbohydrate, fat and protein. Means it controls our metabolism. That is all chemical reactions takes place in our body, and it also take part in metamorphosis of tadpole larva. Tell me, what is tadpole larva? What is tadpole? So if you talk about the tadpole, then baby frog. Baby frog is known as tadpole larva, and this tadpole larva resembles with fish. It looks like fish because tadpole larva has tail like fish, and it also respires through gills. But gradually this larva is converted into adult frog, and conversion of a larva into its adult form is called metamorphosis. So what is metamorphosis? So what is tadpole? Baby frog. Baby frog is known as tadpole, and conversion of a larva into its adult form is known as metamorphosis. And in frog, metamorphosis takes place by a hormone which is known as thyroxine, and this thyroxine is secreted by thyroid gland. Clear? Yes, Avinash. So it also takes part in metamorphosis of tadpole larva. Okay, one more important thing is iodine is necessary. Iodine is necessary for the synthesis of thyroxine. Okay, if normal amount of iodine is present in our body, then synthesis of thyroxine takes place, otherwise its production stops. Okay, so iodine is necessary for the synthesis of thyroxine hormone. So suppose if there is a deficiency of iodine in our body, then production of thyroxine stops, and thyroxine is very necessary, very important enzyme for our body. So due to which our thyroid gland increases its size so that it absorbs more and more iodine, and this condition is called goiter. So deficiency of iodine in our diet causes a disease which is known as goiter. So deficiency of iodine in our diet causes a disease which is known as goiter. So we should use iodized salt. Clear? Now we have next gland, parathyroid gland. What is location? It is found on thyroid gland. It is found on thyroid gland. Suppose this is our respiratory system, and this is our neck, and this is thyroid gland. So thyroid gland is present in neck or throat, and either side of thyroid gland we have two small glands which is known as parathyroid glands. Two glands in each side. Okay, so if you talk about the number, it is 4 in number, 2 in either side. Okay, this is the location. This is the location. So that's why it is known as parathyroid gland. So this is our thyroid gland and two glands in each side of thyroid, two in either side. This is parathyroid. Okay. Okay. And if you talk about the hormone secreted by parathyroid gland, is like the name of gland, it is parathormone. And what is the function? If you talk about the function, it controls the calcium and phosphate level in blood, or you can say phosphorus level in blood. Okay. So it controls the calcium and phosphorus level in blood. Yes, Naresh, you are absolutely right. Very good. Keep it up. Now we have next gland, that is thymus, very important gland, and it is found below the neck or upper part of the chest. See, this is the location. This is the location of a thymus. It is found below the neck or upper part of the chest or upper part of the chest. This is the location. See, clear? Okay. So the question is, which of the following gland is found in chest cavity? This question has been asked in various competitive examination. Which of the following gland is found in our chest cavity or thoracic cavity? Thoracic cavity, or you can say it pleural cavity. Your answer should be thymus. Okay, so it is found below the neck or upper part of the chest. And one more important thing about this gland is size of this gland decreases with age. Okay, so this is also very important. Size of which of the following gland decreases with age? It is thymus. And if you talk about the hormone secreted by thymus, it is thymosin. Thymosin. And what is the function? It provides immunity to the body. And what is immunity? The capacity of our body to fight against diseases or pathogens or disease causing agent. Okay, clear? So please remember these all points, very important for your upcoming exam. It is located below the neck or upper part of the chest. Size of this gland decreases with age. Hormone secreted by thymus is thymosin. What is the function? It provides immunity to the body. Yes, now come to the next one. Adrenal gland. Last endocrine gland we have. Adrenal gland, it is found above the kidney. We have two kidneys, already discussed in the chapter of excretory system. So suppose these are the kidneys, and above kidney we have two small brownish gland, and these glands are called adrenal gland. Adrenal gland. Okay, so renal means kidney. Renal means kidney. Hepatic means liver. Cardiac means heart. Okay, cardiac means heart. Encephalon. Encephalon means brain. Pulmonary means lung. So pulmonary means lung. These terms are used in biology. Adrenal, above the kidney, and it is also known as emergency gland. Why it is called emergency gland? Please tell me. Why it is called emergency gland? Tell me guys. Adrenal gland, which of the following gland is called emergency gland? But why it is called emergency gland? Because during any emergency situation like fight, flight, fear, stress, okay, this gland becomes active and prepare the body for emergency situations. So adrenal gland prepares the body for emergency situations. That's why it is called emergency gland. It is also known as triple F or 4S gland. Why it is called triple F? Why it is called triple F? Because it becomes active during fight, during flight, means during running, if you want to run, fight, flight and fear. Okay, so it prepares the body for fight, flight and fear situation. And why it is called 4S gland? Yes, Naresh, very good. Why it is called 4S gland? Because during emergency situation, it maintains the blood sugar level, it also maintains the salt level in blood, and it also controls the level of sex hormone, and it also secreted during stress condition. So S4S. So during excitement, which of the following gland becomes excited? Your answer should be adrenal gland. So it is also known as emergency gland because it prepares the body for emergency situations like fight, flight, fear, stress, etc. during excitement. Okay, why it is called 4S? Because during emergency situation, it maintains the sugar level in blood, salt level in blood. It also controls and regulates the level of sex hormone in our body, and it also prepares the body for stress. Okay, so why it is called emergency hormone? Now the hormone secreted by adrenal gland is adrenaline. It is also known as emergency hormone. So if you talk about the emergency gland, it is adrenal gland, but if you talk about the emergency hormone, it is adrenaline. So adrenaline is secreted by which one? Adrenal gland. And what is the function? It prepares the body for emergency situation. Okay, so if there is an emergency situation, adrenal gland secretes adrenaline, and adrenaline prepares the body for emergency situation. Let me see. If there is an emergency situation, adrenal gland becomes active and it secretes adrenaline, and adrenaline increases the respiration rate of our body. So respiration rate increases. When respiration rate increases, rate of respiration increases, heartbeat rate also increases. So rate of heartbeat also increases, blood pressure also increases. Okay, so respiration rate increases, more of oxygen goes into the body and oxidized to give energy, and our body prepares for emergency situation. Okay, but after emergency situation, adrenal secretes another hormone, noradrenaline. It maintains the normal conditions of the body. Okay, it maintains the normal conditions of the body. Okay, so after emergency situation, noradrenaline is secreted by adrenal gland, and it normalizes the rate of respiration, heartbeat, BP, and body becomes normal. Okay, now we have last gland, pancreas gland. It is normally called pancreas, not pancreas gland. You can say it pancreas gland, but generally it is called pancreas only. Okay, so if you talk about the pancreas, let me explain first. Pancreas, then it has two parts, exocrine part as well as endocrine part. Okay, exocrine part secretes enzymes and endocrine part secretes hormones. Okay, so exocrine part secretes enzymes. We have already discussed in the chapter of digestion. That is, exocrine part of pancreas secretes three types of enzymes. Number one, trypsin, which take part in digestion of protein; lipase, which take part in digestion of fat; and amylase, which take part in digestion of carbohydrate. But endocrine part of pancreas secretes two types of hormones: insulin and glucagon. Insulin and glucagon. So if you talk about the pancreas and their location, it is located below the stomach. We have already discussed in the chapter of digestive system, that is animal nutrition. It is found below the stomach. And if you talk about the hormones secreted by pituitary gland, there are two hormones: number one, insulin, and number two, glucagon. Okay, so insulin and glucagon. Now we are going to discuss the functions of insulin and functions of glucagon. So if you talk about the functions of insulin, it converts glucose into glycogen and stored in liver. Okay, so if glucose level, blood glucose level, blood sugar level increases in our body, then pancreas secretes insulin, and this insulin converts extra glucose into glycogen and stored in liver. So it normalizes the blood sugar level, or you can say blood glucose level. Let's see, if there is a deficiency of insulin in our body, if level of insulin decreases, then what happens? Glucose level increases in our body. Okay, due to deficiency of insulin, blood sugar level increases, and ultimately it is excreted out through the urine, and this disease is called diabetes, or you can say it diabetes mellitus. The full name is diabetes mellitus. So suppose if the question is diabetes takes place due to the deficiency of which of the following hormone, it is insulin, or diabetes takes place due to dysfunctioning of which of the following organ or which of the following gland, it is pancreas. Clear? Now if there is a deficiency of insulin in our body, a disease takes place which is known as diabetes mellitus. So we have to intake synthetic insulin in the form of injection. Okay, and this synthetic insulin is called humulin. What is humulin? This is very important. What is humulin? Synthetic insulin, okay, or artificial insulin, made by an American company, Eli Lilly. So it was made by an American company, Eli Lilly. And if you talk about the glucagon, then the function of glucagon is reverse of insulin. That is, it converts glycogen into glucose. So if insulin converts glucose into glycogen, so glucagon converts glycogen into glucose. Clear or not? Yes, hyperglycemia. So higher level of glucose in blood is known as hyperglycemia. Hyper means increased level, and glycemia means glucose. Okay. Now we will discuss one more important thing about pancreas. Okay. So if you talk about the pancreas, then in pancreas two types of cells are present. In pancreas we have alpha cells, also we have beta cells. Alpha cells of pancreas secrete glucagon, and beta cells of pancreas secrete insulin. Okay. So suppose if the question is insulin is secreted by which of the following cell of pancreas: alpha cell, beta cell, gamma cell, delta cell, it is beta cell. And glucagon is secreted by which of the following cell? It is alpha cell. Clear? Now if you talk about the chemical nature of insulin, then it is protein, or you can say peptide, protein or peptide hormone. And metal is present in insulin. Which of the following metal is present in insulin? Tell me. Which of the following metal is present in insulin? Iron, calcium, zinc, magnesium. Which of the following metal is present in insulin? Yes, Anju is saying it is zinc. Rajesh, Naresh, all are saying it is zinc. Yes, you are absolutely right. Very good. Zinc is present in pancreas. Okay. Now we are going to discuss very important plant hormones. Okay, part of botany. So there are 5 types of plant hormone. Number 1, auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin, abscisic acid, in short written as ABA, and we have 5th hormone, that is ethylene. So suppose if the question is which of the following is a plant hormone? Which of the following is a plant hormone? HTH, thyroxine, thymosin, auxin. What should be your answer? It is auxin. Very simple. And this type of question is very important for your upcoming exam. Okay. So if you talk about the first 3 hormone, so all these hormones take part in growth of the plant. So they are called growth promoters. Growth promoters, because they promotes the growth of the plant. If you talk about the 4th hormone, then it inhibits the growth of the plant. So that's why abscisic acid is also known as growth inhibitor. Growth inhibitor, because it inhibits the growth of the plant. And if you talk about the ethylene, then it is the only hormone of the plant found in gaseous state. Found in gaseous state. So suppose if the question is which of the following hormone found in gaseous state, it is ethylene. And what is the function of ethylene? It takes part in fruit ripening. So suppose if the question is which of the following hormone take part in fruit ripening, it is ethylene. Clear? So it is the only hormone found in gaseous state. Okay. Now we have a question for you. Suppose if the question is which of the following hormone take part in growth of the plant. Okay. Suppose if the question which of the following hormone take part in growth of the plant, your options are number 1 auxin, number 2 gibberellin, number 3 cytokinin, number 4 abscisic acid. What should be your answer? Tell me. No, ethylene takes part in fruit ripening only. Ethylene does not take part in. No, there is no option. 1, 2, 3 is not option. You have to choose one. Then what should be your answer? Your answer should be cytokinin. Why? All take part in growth of the body, but why we will give priority to cytokinin. Let me explain. If you talk about the auxin and gibberellin, they take part in growth of the plant, but what is how? They take part in cell elongation. It increases the size of the cell. Okay, so if there is an increment of size of cell, growth takes place. But if you talk about the cytokinin, it also takes part in growth of the plant, but it takes part in cell division. If there is a cell division, there is a growth. So the main role in growth is cytokinin. Okay, so it takes part in cell division. That's why it is also called anti-aging plant hormone. Anti-aging plant hormone. Okay. So if 1, 2 and 3 is not in option, we will give priority to cytokinin. And one more important thing about cytokinin, it also helps in opening of stomata. So suppose if the question is which of the following plant hormone take part in opening of stomata or helps in opening of stomata, it is cytokinin. Clear or not? So auxin and gibberellin take part in growth of the plant. It take part in cell elongation. It increases the size of the cell. If size of the cell increases, growth. But cytokinin take part in cell division. If cell division takes place, growth takes place. So main role in growth is cytokinin. Clear or not? But if you talk about the abscisic acid, it takes part in closing of stomata. Clear or not? Now we have one more hormone, florigens. If you talk about florigens, it is a hypothetical hormone. The chemical nature of this hormone is not known. So it takes part in flowering of the plant. So suppose if the question is which of the following plant hormone take part in flowering, it is florigen. If you talk about the auxin, then first of all, auxin is extracted from or obtained from human urine. It is a plant hormone, but some amount of auxin is also found in human urine. So first of all, auxin is extracted from or obtained from human urine. But if you talk about the gibberellin, first of all, it is obtained from a fungi or a fungus. So please remember, auxin is obtained from human urine and gibberellin is obtained from a fungus or fungi. So this is all about your endocrine system, animal hormone as well as plant hormone. If you have still any doubt, you can ask, please. Yes, cytokinin take part in growth of the plant. And what is the mechanism? It divides the cell. It takes part in cell division. If there is a cell division, there is a growth. Okay. So please remember two things, only two. Auxin is obtained from human urine and gibberellin is obtained from a fungus. All other hormones are obtained from different parts of the plant. Difference between thyroxine and TSH. Let me explain. See, if you talk about the TSH, if you talk about the TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. If you talk about the thyroid stimulating hormone, it is secreted by pituitary gland. And this thyroid stimulating hormone, which is secreted by pituitary gland, controls the secretion of thyroxine. And this thyroxine is secreted by thyroid gland. So if there is a need of thyroxine hormone in our body, then first of all, pituitary gland secretes TSH, and TSH stimulate our thyroid gland to secrete this hormone, thyroxine hormone. So thyroid stimulating hormone, which is secreted by pituitary gland, controls the function of thyroid gland. It stimulates the thyroid gland to release thyroxine hormone in our body. So as name indicates, thyroid stimulating hormone. It stimulates the thyroid to secrete thyroxine hormone. Clear or not? Yes, anti-aging plant hormone is cytokinin because it take part in cell division and make the plant young. Oxygen generated in plant, but it is also found in our urine. Okay, so first of all, oxygen is extracted or isolated from or obtained from human urine, but actually it is a plant hormone which takes part in growth of the plant. Is it clear or not? So TSH is a hormone which is secreted by pituitary, which controls the functions of thyroid gland, or you can say it stimulates the production of thyroxine. Okay, Avinash? Yes, very good. Clear? Okay. Pulak, clear? Any question? Okay, no question. So if you have still any doubt during a revision, then you can ask in next session, guys. Don't worry. Now, so this is all about your endocrine system. See you in the next session. Till then, prep smart, score better, go great.